Hello, everyone. This is the real Hayden here, coming back with another video. We're going to be reviewing the movie, the 2002 blockbuster Triple X. So, Triple X is a movie that they highly marketed. This was like pushed to be a big movie, almost like a career starting franchise for Vin Diesel. He even skipped out on Too Fast, Too Furious for this franchise. So Vin Diesel, he comes and plays the role Xander Cage, and this movie is now 20. What is it? 23 years old. Yeah, this movie is not good. This is an abomination of a film. I did not enjoy 1 second of this movie. So basically, the first time viewing this movie for me was about 2010, 2011, and it was just not a good film. Like then it looked a little cool. I actually at one point as a kid thought that Triple X was Fast and Furious, because I was a kid and stuff like that. 25 currently, but yeah, there's a couple entertaining scenes. Like the movie starts off, it's just slow paced. Well, it starts off quick paced, but just no substance whatsoever. It does have a good soundtrack. And I found it interesting that Lil Wayne was on the soundtrack in 2002. Lil Wayne was only big in the South at this time. He wasn't popping worldwide until like 2004 to 2008. But yeah, I found that interesting. There was a bunch of good tracks on this soundtrack. I saved a few of them, honestly. They were really fire. He's basically just a sports agent. He's a extreme sports agent in this movie. That's who Vin Diesel plays. He's got the tattoo. The movie is just very slow. There's not a lot to it. There's really not a lot to it. It has a very basic plot, very dry humor, everything. There is a good scene though towards the middle of the movie, kinda, with Danny Trejo and Vin Diesel, and he's Vin Diesel's kind of trolling him, making him seem like less of a bad guy, like kind of burying Danny Trejo's character. But yeah, this movie wasn't good. I watched it with the wife. Neither of us enjoyed this film. It was a rewatch for me because I had seen it, but it had been years ago, years, like so long ago, and I did not remember much of it. Back in the day, I thought it was a part of the Fast and Furious movies. Rob Cohen, he comes and directs this film. He's also the director of The Fast and the Furious from 2001. Same with Vin Diesel, and they both skipped out on Too Fast and then went and did this project. Was it worth it? I don't know. I mean, it did okay in the box office. Not good enough for a sequel with Vin Diesel coming back, at least. He wasn't a fan of the script, so he really did not want to come back for the second one where they replaced him with Ice Cube. I have not seen the second one as of this video. I will check that out soon. And then you got Return of Xander Cage in January 2017. I don't know if I'm going to watch that because I did not enjoy the first one. I really did not enjoy this film at all. It was there was like a couple seductive scenes that no one wanted to see, like maybe some of the pigs online and stuff like that, but just nothing going for it. Like Danny Trejo had such a small role that was entertaining for a second. That's really about it. Like he's doing stunts, like he's snowboarding, riding dirt bikes, jumping out of windows, stuff like that. But it's just mindless action. There's not too much going on. That's why I consider this movie an abomination. And it just wasn't a fun movie for me. It was a very long watch. This is a 2 hour movie. Not very long, but it felt long, is what I'm saying. This was a 2 hour movie. It felt like a 3 hour movie. It took me like 2 days to finish this movie, actually. It was that bad. I had to force myself to finish this terrible film, and I just did not enjoy it. I think Vin Diesel really thought this was going to kickstart his career. Like, he was very particular about what roles, about doing sequels mostly, but I think they thought he was going to be like the next big action star. And like Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I don't think he quite was that. I don't think he lived up to that at all. And Fast and Furious, it's worked out very well for him, but that's the one thing he has going. He hasn't found too much success with anything else. I mean, he's got Guardians, he did the Babysitter in 2005. He did the Riddick trilogy, but just not a lot of success. He had a big bomb in 2008. I can't even remember the name of that abomination of a movie, but just a very mid-career, honestly. But I can see how him and The Rock butted heads. Vin Diesel, he has a bit of an ego. He was already like what 35 in 2002, turning 35, whatever. So he wasn't necessarily a young man at the time. Still young, but not like youth, that young. But yeah, Triple X 2002. I don't know if I'll ever watch this movie again. It gets a lot of views for some reason. I've seen, Rambo Raff for Life's review. Those are his most viewed videos. You know what I mean? And I watched this recently and I just did not enjoy the film. I know some people were nostalgic about it, considered a guilty pleasure. But me, this is just not a good movie. And it has a cool cover, it has a cool look, a cool vibe, but it just does not live up to any of the hype at all. It just doesn't. I think they wanted this to turn into like a big blockbuster franchise, and it didn't become that, unfortunately. I don't think there'll ever be another movie, not anytime soon. I don't think anyone wants another movie. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on Triple X 2002? Did you guys enjoy it? Because I certainly did not enjoy this movie. I have to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, it was a great movie because I did not enjoy that watch at all. And I see why there's so many DVD copies of this in almost every DVD store you go into because they don't sell because no one wants this movie. I actually wanted to own this on Blu-ray, but once I actually watched it, I was like, I don't think I want to own none of these on Blu-ray. It'll just be a waste of space on my shelf and just add filler to the collection. And I don't want filler, you know what I mean? But yeah, Triple X was just not. It was just bad, Like people thought it was badass because they might have been kids in 2002. I was only two. I turned two in 2002, but yeah, there was kids in 2002, and they might have grew up with it and thought it was cool, and it's a guilty pleasure for them, and that's good for them. It's just not my kind of movie. It's just I love action movies. It's just a bunch of mindless action, a lot of shooting. Like my head actually started to hurt from the amount of shooting in this movie. Like it was just like every second. It was every second. Like I'm like, what is even going on? Like explosions are happening, and it's like it's one of those movies where you really got to turn your brain off. From what I've heard a lot of people talk about, but if you're trying to understand this movie, your head's gonna hurt. I will tell you that because it doesn't make much sense to begin with, and it clearly wasn't a big success for them because they continued it, but they couldn't get their main star back. They had to replace him with Ice Cube, and the series never really went anywhere. They got 3 movies out of it, but it took 15 years for them to come out with the third one, the final one. Yeah, Triple X. I don't recommend checking this out. If you want to check it out just to say you've seen it, then yeah, go for it. If you want to just say you've seen it, but that's about it. It's not going to do nothing for you. It's just going to be a waste of your guys' time, and I just don't recommend it. It's just not. It's not a very good film. Like the visuals, the cinematography, just not that good. The screenplay is awful in this movie. Like the pacing is just it's so slow. It's like you're just begging, waiting for something to happen, but then nothing happens. Nothing happens. I don't understand like how anyone could be entertained by this. Like they can't. They have a nostalgic connection with it, and that's understandable. But I'm gonna have to give Triple X. I don't remember exactly what I gave it. I think I might have gave it 1.5. Did I get on Letterboxd? I don't remember exactly what I gave it, but it was not a good movie. This was nearly a dud. Just was not fun to watch for anyone. And I think they're trying to appeal. They were really trying to appeal to dudes for sure, younger dudes. I feel like, and a lot of it worked for some part, but I don't feel like the connection came off as strong as they were hoping. I think they wanted this to propel Vin Diesel's career, and he did very good for himself with Fast and Furious, but not with this franchise. But Triple X, I'm gonna have to give this movie like I'm going. I might have to go like a 3 out of 10 or something. I'm not sure exactly what I gave it. I didn't put much thought into that rating for this video, but it wasn't good at all. Triple X 2002, just not a good film at all. Not if I had to go letter grade, I'd probably give it. I'd probably give it a D minus, something like that. A D minus sounds about right. But yeah, Triple X gets a D minus for me. Yeah, there's better movies out there, guys. Spend your time wisely. Don't watch this film unless you just want to say you've seen it. It'll be a 2 hour waste of your life. Turn your brain off, whatever. It's still boring. It's not a good movie. But thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of Triple X 2002. If you guys own it on Blu-ray or anything like that, if you think I'm wrong for whatever reason, that's your opinion. Let me know. Comment down below. Be sure to like the video, support our stream. The more likes you get, the more you're helping support the channel and making it grow. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Peace out and have a good night.